This video will cover how to backup and restore data for the app. To access the screen, tap on the overflow menu, select settings, and then backup and restore. The app has two year options, year 1 and year 2, with the terms and classes. Each backup file saves the data for whichever year you have currently selected. So here you can see year 1 is the option. To make a backup file, simply tap the backup option, tap new file, and you can type in a file name and then save it. If you want to restore a previous file, let's say you're using a new app or for some reason you want to go back to a previously saved file, simply tap on restore, and you have a choice of the user backup file, which is any backup files you've made. There's also an auto backup file. Each time you exit the app with the back arrow from the main screen, or if the device just turns off or shuts down the app, an auto backup file is made for that day. So that way you can always go back and load a backup file from any of the previous days you've used the app. And lastly, as those backup files increase, you can actually use the delete option there to delete backup files. There's also the settings, which this includes any settings you've set for the app, which you can do on the settings screen. That file is saved separately, so you can make a backup of that file and also restore it. It's a good idea to enable the Dropbox option. If Dropbox is enabled, an auto backup is also saved to Dropbox as long as there's an internet connection. That means if your device is lost, stolen, or damaged, you'll be able to have a backup file easily accessible from the most recent data. So I highly recommend you do that. And lastly, if you want to use multiple devices, um, what you can do is, if you enable the Dropbox option at the bottom there, if you're switching from device 1 to device 2, you simply tap the Sync To button on device 1, and the data will be synced to Dropbox. And then on your second device, tap the Sync From button, and that data will be then loaded on the device. So that way you can move between two devices. So keep in mind, it isn't done automatically. You need to actually do the syncing to and from when switching devices. But that's pretty simple. Just be sure to make backups often, and if you don't enable the cloud option, I highly suggest emailing yourself or making a backup file at least once a week, if not more often. Thank you.